his breakfast of the hash on rye. The newspaper there in the chair caught his eye. A contest in Ouville tomorrow at 3 to see who can make the most Christmassy tree. And then he got an idea, a crafty idea. The Grinch got an awfully crafty idea. He laughed in his throat. I know just what to do. Then the Grinch grabbed a pencil and drew. With a plan in his hand, the Grinch hiked to a wood where he found the most Christmassy tree that he could, and he chopped at that tree with his tree-chopping axe till the tree he was chopping fell down next to Max. Then they hiked their way home with the tree on their backs. Our cellar has all of the things we will use to start decorating our tree for the Who's. Grab ribbons, he shouted. Grab bunches of bows. Grab plenty of these and a big pile of those. Bring everything reddish and everything greenish and every last colorful thing in betweenish. I'll win. He was Grinchly humming. Then all of a sudden he heard someone coming. Now who could that be? The Grinch said with a sneer. He turned around fast, and then who should appear? Right there in the hallway stood Cindy Lou Who, the sweetest of all the Who's that he knew. Hello, she exclaimed. I have something to ask. I do hope it isn't a bothersome task. I've come here to ask a small favor, you see, and if you have time and could make one for me. The Grinch interrupted her tiny request. My dear, he replied, it would really be best to ask me tomorrow on Christmas, you see. Right now, I must finish my prize-winning tree. Perhaps I can help you, sweet Cindy Lou said, but the Grinch simply patted the Who on her head. Then he shooed her outside and replied, don't be silly. Do run along home now before it gets chilly. Throughout the whole day and late into the night, he worked on that tree till that tree was just right. I've done it, he shouted. It's perfectly grand. I hope that it shows every Who in the land what wonderful Christmassy spirit I've found. I know in my heart that I'm sure to be crowned. At 1:15 dawn, with the sun rising fast, the Who's were awake. It was Christmas at last. The bells around Whoville were ringing and dinging. The Who's down in Whoville were merrily singing. The Grinch ran outside and cried, Christmas is here! At the sound of that ringing and singing a long cheer. And when the time came for the Grinch to depart, he loaded the sleigh and took off like a dart, sledding down to the Whoville town square. Whoa, look at that tree. That really looks great. Contestants, the Grinch heard the mayor declare, it's time for the judges to judge all your trees. The rest of you Who's have a seat if you please. Then the trees were lined up from the tallest to the smallest. The Grinch's tall tree was the tallest of allest, and down at the end to the far right was Cindy Lou Who's with its much smaller height. When the mayor announced who had taken third place, the Grinch felt his Christmas-filled heart start to race. And now, the mayor said, without further ado, the lucky contestant who placed number 2 lives high on Mount Crumpet. We're thrilled that he's here. The Grinch wins the second place trophy this year. The Grinch felt a shock as his heart turned ice cold. He felt it start shrinking, and so it is told that there in the square all the Who's who were near it are certain they saw it and sure they could hear it. The Grinch is not happy about winning second place. The moment the Grinch lost his Christmassy spirit, his arms started itching, his legs started twitching, then both of his eyes started twitching and itching, and that Christmas-filled heart, well, it shrunk down. I've been robbed, the Grinch snarled, and I'm through with this town. The Grinch stuffed his tree in his ramshackle sleigh, then he lugged it and tugged it and hauled it away as Max tried his hardest to get him to stay. The Who's were all speechless, unsure what to say. been near it, you would have been able to see it